Did you make that? Did you make that? Did you make that?
Silent Hill TDS, J. Leo, Hitchhikers. Check. I'ma spit fire and propane. Keep a little baggie of some veggies, your romaine. Zombie ass bitch tryna eat up the whole brain. While this bummy ass nigga still asking for more change. Get your taste buds lit, popping right under your tongue. Lighting up a sharp strain, feel like it's chopping your lungs. Smoke another leaf to the head, feeling like Danny Phantom. Got a medicine jar in my car full of zany samples. Running with the factions with my rations getting low. Get down on the flow, blood races like I'm whipping blow. Shit show for show, I don't know, I just release and go. Can't hear what you're saying, this we too loud and you're speaking low. Johnny smoking haze, ain't a blaze, I got heat to throw. Then I'm let the heater flow and send it to the heat below. Think it's a game, I pick the day before you let them roll. Think I'm insane, but from the start I never had control. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale of the moonlight? Have you ever laid with a demon with the flames by your bedside? Smoking the air, sipping on spirits, get the mood right, get the crew hype. Middle fingers to the blue lights, dancing on your grave while I gaze into the moonlight.
Rolling through the city, heart is empty, but I'm feeling frisky, knowing I can make it even though these niggas want it in me. Got some rolling papers and some bitches, yeah, we getting litty, feeling out of place. Fuck it, I got my niggas with me. We on a long road, smoking trees and bagging hoes. Love is faded, I'm jaded, consequences are never told. Running out of character, the real me is getting old. Facing the facade, 50 shades, and I fall below. I'm on some new shit, underworld a new bitch. Your loose lips tangle you up, I guess this news fits. I do this, spitting some fire in Meth Doom. Hits the sun god, bringing some light. Now watch your mood switch, hieroglyphs when writing scripts. Namaste but conquering, conjuring some spirits in the valleys where they die and quit. Just a gladiator on a righteous tip, still sharp and steel, but I'm colder than the Arctic gets.
Chill. What's up, people? It's your boy Wildcard Mar. We are here at episode 210. Yes, 210. This is the 210th episode of I.O.W. Sports Late Night Owl with your boy Wildcard Mar. It's been a pleasure. And as always, that's the homie 40 Water, aka Silent Hill TDS. Him and J. Leo, Pale Moon Devil Dance is the song you see is scrolling on the bottom of the screen. Make sure you go over to YouTube. Type in Hitchhikers. Go show them cats some love on YouTube. Hitchhikers. But while you're over there on YouTube, please go over to I.O.W. Sports Network on YouTube. That is our YouTube channel. Like, share, subscribe, spread the word. Hit that bell notification. Bing! Lets you know every time we drop new content. Show us some love. We appreciate it. Yes, we do. As always, Instagram, same address, I.O.W. Sports Network. Take a minute from your Instagram models and go show them some love on Instagram, I.O.W. Sports Network. Hey, trigger fingers to the Twitter fingers. Don't get in no Twitter beats. But while you're on Twitter, I.O.W. Sports 1 is our address. You can always do that. All right. And most importantly, Facebook, I.O.W. Sports Network is the address. Go show them some love on Facebook. But that's the public forum. That's open up, wide open for you. I'm talking to you. I'm looking at you, those who's listening, those who watching, because that is the place for the forum for you guys in the public. Drop a funny sportsman. Get everybody laughing. Drop a hot take. Get everybody debating. Clean debates. Be adults now. All right. That's for y'all. Pinned up on the top of the page, there's a link. I.O.W. Sports. We got some merch. The link is right there. It's provided by J. Edwin Collection, the official t-shirt company by our very own Detroit Mail. But there's one piece of merch that you can't get on that link. Boom! You see that hat? Oh, you see that hat? Yes, it's the very exclusive I.O.W. Sports cap. It's a snapback, not a fitted. We ain't got time to be guessing all types of various sizes of y'all motherfuckers' big ass heads. So the snapback, one size fits all. But hey, $30. See that cash app on the bottom of your screen? $ I.O.W. Sports Networks and $30 to that cash app. Give us a physical address. In return, you will get the very exclusive I.O.W. Sports cap. That's the only way you can get that. All right. All right, now that I got all the preliminary and plugged everything, y'all know what the deal is. It's Monday. And thanks to the gods of COVID, he brought us back. He brought them back to us. Because this motherfucker been just dodging his obligated duties on Monday night. I don't know what the fuck this motherfucker been doing. He say he been working. I guess he working. I hope he working. He got a lot of kids, so I hope the nigga was working. But he been dodging on his obligated duties here on I.O.W. Sports Network. So thanks to COVID, he say it's COVID. But thanks to the COVID, bringing him back to Monday nights. It's Boney Homie Monday.
It's the Boney Homie.
Boney Homie, Boney Homie, Boney Homie, Boney Homie.
Now, all kayfabe aside, I have to say that, and anybody who knows my character in the BWO promo division, shout out to us, the BWO promo division. Y'all check us out. It's kind of like battle rap without the rap. It's a thing. You really should look into it. But anyway, I had to say no kayfabe because tonight, Lamar told me I got to talk about baseball. So I got myself prepared. The only way I know how.
Oh, with the every?
Oh, and Jose Cuervo tequila mix.
Is you trying to go to sleep?
I had to mix it with. Everything goes to everything.
Hey, that good corn liquor, dog. I'm trying to tell you, boy. We used to have that shit back in Iowa, bro. Make the jungle juice, put that shit all in the cooler, put all your fruit and shit in there, mixing like some Kool-Aid or some Hawaiian punch. Yeah, that Everclear get you drunk.
Yeah, I mean, I just put it in everything.
Yeah.
Had a homeboy put it in noodles before.
Yeah, it works. Works for just about everything.
Why can I like see like the Detroit and the Chiefs thing down here?
Yeah, because it's like our banner in the back.
Why the hell our banner don't have a Saints Florida leaf on it? If we all doing that, like, I don't see a Florida leaf.
You know what? I'll talk to Detroit man. I will talk to him and to have a special background for whenever you decide to fill your obligations for Monday night, Boney Homie Mondays. I'll make sure we have it for you. You know what?
I'm kind of the sixth man.
Yeah.
Sports. No, I show up in the daytime too sometimes randomly.
Yeah.
You never know when you're gonna get me.
Yeah. You would be the Tyler Hero of the crew.
I prefer Jamal Crawford.
Okay, that's even better. That's even better.
That's all I have with this cough for this COVID, by the way.
You still got your taste? Still got your smell?
Yeah, I just cough.
Yeah. I mean,
I thought I had an asthma attack, but
when I had it, that shit gave me the fucking shakes like a motherfucker, dog.
The first time I had it and the flu at the same time.
Yeah.
And I was on the road and I had to finish my drive, but I feel like I'm about to die. So it was like 2 hours.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that. Cause I think we was all telling your ass to pull over and just sit it down, bro. Yeah, I remember that.
Like, see, I didn't even know I had COVID. That's when I pulled over and I got docked to get unloaded at like 2 p.m. and I fell asleep and I woke up the next day at like 7 a.m. in the same spot. Like, I kept waking up throughout the night. I couldn't look at my phone. I think I was supposed to come on the pod that night too.
That might have been
it was Monday night.
But hey, things work in mysterious ways. Here we are, Boney Homie Monday. And y'all, just in case y'all not informed of what we do on Boney Homie Mondays, is when we take subject matters, have a topic, and Boney Homie goes through in like very detailed, deep dive research. I'm talking about like research that motherfuckers would do to build scientists. Like scientists would do to build rockets and come up with cure for AIDS.
It's not supposed to be like.
This is how deep he goes into research. Now, hey, you ain't got to mute. We it's family, bro. We understand. It's the family. It's the kids. We love the kids here at I.O.W. Sports, but we got a very interesting topic tonight. Because
I just want to talk over you.
Oh no, you good? Because on the I.O.W. Sports page, somebody had posted something about greatest boxers, and if I'm correct, it might have been James, because James is good for that one. And we didn't get a chance to talk about it, but we're gonna talk about it tonight because Boney Homie has done his research and he has a hot take for y'all. And I'm gonna let him talk about that hot take in a second, but he came up with the research. I'm talking about deep dive, like deep. He was expecting to be on the show probably 30 minutes ago, and I said he had time. But
Yeah.
no, yeah, I know. First of all, what's your hot take? And let's get this conversation started. So what?
So it's a double layered hot take. The first step is that Floyd Mayweather in itself, he is not the GOAT. He just isn't the GOAT. It's crazy. It's insane. Matter of fact, it's insane to consider him the GOAT. That's how far I'm gonna go with it. Like, it's not even fucking close. But not only that, but also in the GOAT conversation, Roy Jones Jr. is definitely above him.
Are you making it seem like he's like not only better than him, but like it's not even close to how better he is?
I feel like it's super obvious that he isn't. It's like, what's a good comparison? It's like saying Magic Johnson is a better point guard than John Stockton. Like, it's that much of a difference. The difference between Magic Johnson's greatness as a point guard versus John Stockton's greatness as a point guard.
Okay. Okay. I think
it should be something we all accept in general.
I think I see where you're going there, right there. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, John Stockton is a good point guard.
He's a great point guard.
But his point guard stature just it ain't Magic level. Yeah, I see where you're going right there.
And I stole a picture out of my coloring book, took some notes down.
Wait,
I hope I can read them.
Wait, hold on. You ain't got like no kind of note paper sitting around, blank paper.
Well, I thought I had 5 minutes to hurry up and do this, so I grabbed the first piece of paper I could find.
You can't take the baby's coloring book picture, man.
She don't know how to play tic-tac-toe.
But that was an opportunity to show her. Well, you're not gonna.
Funny part is that I barely even got any notes because I've been prepared for this argument my whole life.
Your whole life you've been prepared for this.
Yeah, it's not even a lot of things that I need to say. I just got points that I need to hit, and I need to hit these certain points very heavily.
Well, without further ado, I'm not gonna take up too much of your time. Spit away, bro. Spit away.
All right, we're gonna do this. I thought we was gonna talk about baseball first, so I was gonna be drunk by the time we did this.
No,
Floyd Mayweather is
I prefer you sober because if you drunk by the time you bound to say some shit that gets kicked off the air. So.
And I hope Mel is around. I can't tell who's watching. Mel will be the one I want to be around to tell me to try to counter these arguments. Floyd Mayweather, considered the greatest boxer of all time. The main reason that we consider, let me rephrase it. The main reason that y'all consider Floyd Mayweather as the greatest boxer of all time is because Floyd Mayweather is 50-0.
Yeah.
In 2002, Floyd Mayweather got dominated by Castillo in the first fight. Dominated. Everybody is surprised that he won. Number one, 49-1, right? Definitely should be. And if we're having a GOAT conversation, we should stop going by technicalities and start going by what actually fucking happened. If we're having a GOAT conversation, like, don't tell me some bullshit and then be like, okay, we're gonna use that. No, we can go. We don't need to go off of the actual stats. We can go off of what actually happened. Number two.
Are you saying use more than stats as in use your eyes?
Exactly. And that's the thing about Floyd Mayweather. On paper, yeah, okay, cool. On paper, he's 50-0. Because on paper, we don't fucking look at the fact that the 50th win was against Conor McGregor.
MMA motherfucker.
Exactly. And if you look at on paper, Roy Jones Jr. was 49-1. You remember that one?
It was a DQ.
It was a DQ. They said he hit him after he went down. He did not. We all know he did not. We know that was bullshit. And he had a rematch. And in that rematch, he knocked this nigga out in the first round.
Whooped his ass.
We know that that's 50-0.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, you want to knock Roy Jones Jr. for staying around and keep boxing when he could have stopped. And that's dumb to me. Okay, so because he kept boxing when he could have stopped, that makes everything before that null and void. Because I think he boxed like what within the last 2 years for Roy Jones Jr. to box.
Well, he did the Mike Tyson joint under the with the Jake Paul undercard with Nate Robinson, but his last professional fight probably within the last 5-6 years.
It was mad not that long ago. It shouldn't have happened at all.
Yeah.
And the thing about Floyd Mayweather is that he got to a certain point where he was just obviously picking his opponents.
Oh yeah. Oh, big
You know
time.
how easy it is to go 50-0 when you decide that you're only fighting people you can beat.
I could whoop your ass. Come on, you.
Right, you ready? You're good now to me with your ass. Now you're out of your prime. We've seen it fucking happen. Manny Pacquiao. We've seen it happen.
Yeah.
Also, the entire style of the way he boxes, right? He boxes to win. Now, why that's smart? He is definitely one of the best defensive boxers, but he's also not a very good general. I don't know. I just had seen reload. He's not a very good boxer in general. He boxes for the computers, for the stats. That is actually not a good style of boxing. Just because it's a winning style does not mean it's a good style. And I should not be considering you great for mastering how to cheat the computer, basically. That's pretty much what you're doing. You're playing towards these points instead of actually trying to box. And if anything, that just shows that there's a flaw in the system that they should have fixed. But that's how Floyd Mayweather won most of these matches, is because he plays towards this system. He plays in this system. He doesn't have to actually get out there and freaking box. Roy Jones Jr., on the other hand, got out here boxing, not only boxing, being a showman and being defensive. Not quite as defensive as Floyd Mayweather Jr., but he's fucking defensive though. He has the defense, but he also has the offense. And if I had to get hit in the face with either Floyd Mayweather or Roy Jones Jr., I promise you, I'm gonna let Floyd Mayweather hit me in my fucking face. You know why? I'm going to the club right out there. Nobody gonna know nothing happened.
I don't know, bro. You kind of red bonish. You know, y'all.
It don't matter how light you is. Like, Floyd Mayweather not marking you up, bro. It's over. Number one punch. Yeah, he got knocked out. He got knocked out like a long ass time ago. Unless you want to count the one time, which I'm not gonna knock this because this is how it should have went. But that one time the dude wasn't ready, so it made him knock him out. I like that, but also that does not tell me that Floyd Mayweather has fucking knockout power. We see it before that. You know how fucking long ago it was? It was like early 2000s. Before that, he knocks somebody out. He just gets in here and touches you in the face with his gloves over and over, and dodges your punches and plays the fucking system. And because of that, I can't consider him as the greatest of all time. Because that 50-0 is fucking trash, and reasonably, it's a trash 50-0. If you look at the strength of schedule, which is something that people look at, there's a reason why niggas like Hawaii is not ranked number one in NCAA. It's the exact same concept. You look at the people that Roy Jones Jr. fought. I wish I had a list in front of me, but I promise you, if you can pull stuff up, he was fighting people when they were in their fucking prime. Damn it, I can't remember nobody's name already.
Oh, he fought Bernard Hopkins in his prime.
Hopkins.
Yeah.
Paul Hopkins in his prime. Hopkins was like 22-1 at that point or something. Yeah. He fought somebody like 42. Whoever he was fighting, they were in their primes. And Roy Jones was fighting them to win and prove something, not fighting to protect his legacy. He just happened to build a legacy along the way. While Floyd Mayweather Jr. did fight smart. Everything about him is smart, and that's why he had so much fucking money, but that's why he's also not the GOAT. I'll rest my case.
There's two fights in Mayweather's career for me that I'm looking at like, come on, bro. I know they were super fights and everybody wanted to see it. The Canelo fight and the Pacquiao fight, two fights for me that Floyd had that he pretty much was dancing around the ring.
De La Hoya too, and throw De La Hoya in.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Hey, you can throw that fight in there, but for me, distinctively, was a Canelo fight and that Pacquiao fight. Because first of all, to go back to your point, when he primarily picks his fights, he avoided Pacquiao when Pacquiao at one point, you can say he was the best pound for pound boxer over Floyd.
That's why he looked pretty.
You know what I'm saying? He avoided that fight.
Because I'll stand on that shit. He did not want to fight Pacquiao until it was too late. Smart man. Smart man, of course. But we're not going to say he's great because of it.
Because Pacquiao at that point in time where everybody really wanted to fight, Pacquiao was knocking any and everybody out, and Pacquiao was probably at that point closer to 40.
Isn't Pacquiao booking himself then too?
I don't know if Pacquiao was booking. I think he was. you know, some of the things, some of those fighters, especially like Pacquiao and Mayweather, they kind of avoid the promoters, and they pretty much promote themselves.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I feel like Pacquiao was one of them who definitely brought himself at that point and taking on all the fights.
Mm-hmm.
Which I mean, like I said, I guess yeah, it's much smarter to only take fights you're gonna win. If you're just trying to stack your dough, why not? Why not fight Conor McGregor? You know. But I mean that being smart and having the legacy of a great boxer aren't the same thing.
My thing with Floyd is that as much as I've been a Floyd fan, but I never considered him the GOAT on primarily because of the things that you're already talking about. But when you don't give us the super fight when everybody wanted it, because you know it's the money was there.
Mm-hmm.
The money wasn't a problem. He was worried about the loss, the win-loss. He was worried about it. He'll never admit it. But I think those who see it and know boxing and know the sport, he didn't want no smoke with Pacquiao. Because he never fought. I'm not gonna say he never fought anybody like Pacquiao, but Pacquiao is the type of fighter that's wild, but it's more like contained chaos, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Where he's going to come in and bring all the chaos in the ring with him, but
With the power behind this shit.
It's power, but it's control, because he's not just going to be like wild. Don't get me wrong, Pacquiao's gotten caught. I remember what Marquez dropped him because he was wild, but Pacquiao.
But Mayweather ain't dropping nobody.
No, come on, man.
So that's the point. Like he could have caught him with a good counter, but that counter was just like touching him on the chin.
Yeah.
So like, even if you like, it was a worst case scenario situation, and I'm still honestly.
Anthony got a good point. He said, "I'm not fighting anybody who moves forward when they get hit," and that describes Pacquiao in a nutshell. You gonna hit him, he's still coming forward.
I'm gonna keep it real though. If Floyd Mayweather went hitting you, that describes everybody. I promise. I would eat so many Floyd Mayweather punches. I don't think. I wonder how many times I can hit. Like right now, Floyd Mayweather. If you watch him, you got the money. Come to my house, and I'll let you punch me as many times as you want.
100 bands for each hit.
100 bands for each hit. I promise you, I'm walking out this bitch. I promise you, I'm walking out this bitch, and Floyd Mayweather gonna be broke.
At least $1 million.
Now he gonna be broke.
I'm saying you used to be able to take 10. That's $1 million right there.
Yeah, I'm taking enough so that nigga gonna be broke. I'm gonna give him a ride home in his shit.
Hey man, this Phantom nice, ain't it, man? This Phantom real nice. But
well, let me put some Vaseline on my face, and that's it. Just to keep the gloves from scratching me.
But Floyd has, yep, that's what we're saying, Anthony. Floyd has speed, no power. And just to elaborate on what you said about his boxing style, Floyd's not going to give you the spectacular fights, man. He's not going to. Look, remember back in the days, motherfuckers would chip in. You know, they have a door fee. You know, pay like $5, get a cup, and have a big ass keg or something. And cats would buy the Tyson fight.
Mm-hmm.
You spend $100 on a Tyson fight, but that shit was about to get wasted because he was getting rid of motherfuckers in the first 2 rounds. So you knew that when you get a Mayweather fight, man, you gonna get the whole 12 rounds.
No, as a kid, I missed like 3 Tyson fights because I didn't know they had started, and then they were over.
They were over.
My uncle used to be so mad. The fight already over. I know Mike Tyson coming to fight. Mike Tyson's another that's ahead of Floyd Mayweather on the GOAT list. Those are easy choices though. Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Smoking Joe. Rocky Marciano.
Well, let's do that. Give me a whole list of every last boxer you got ahead of Floyd. Obviously, you got Roy,
Joe Frazier, Rocky Marciano, Sugar Ray,
Why every time I got get fight, you be all right in my shadow?
Sugar Ray Leonard, did I say Muhammad Ali?
Yeah,
Obviously. And Smoking Joe, I don't know if I said him already.
yeah, you did. I gotta pull up James.
I'm leaving out some people.
Oh yeah, you are.
I give him over Robinson. I give him over Robinson.
Over Sugar Ray?
Yep, I give him over Robinson. I won't put him over
Floyd.
Leonard.
Oh,
And that's a
Okay.
tough one for me.
that is a tough one. Definitely not over Sugar Ray Leonard. That's
Yeah, it's not even questionable. Leonard is even questionable. I'm leaving some people out though.
I actually was a big fan of Porter Whitaker.
Foreman.
Oh, Foreman? Yeah.
I want to put the Prince above him.
Really?
But I can't really.
Oh, I was about to say because we're gonna have to do another Bony Homie Monday to discuss.
Nah,
that.
I want to, but I can't.
I was like, oh, whoa, Prince. Wait, hold on. Now Prince had a good little run, but then once the book was out on how to put him out, it was pretty much the end of his career.
Yeah, he got left and right fucked up. But I wish I could because I'm really proud of her.
So I found the post that James had put in the page, and this comes from Mike Tyson, who's credibility to talk about this subject is pretty credible.
But the only thing he hasn't touched is in.
Yeah. So Mike Tyson says Mayweather is not the GOAT. I enjoy watching Pacquiao more. Floyd's a great fighter. Don't get me wrong. He had 50 fights. Listen, Sugar Ray Robinson had 40 fights. He lost one. Then he had a 78 fight win streak. 40 lost one in a 78 fighting win streak. God damn. Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. was 89-0 before he lost. Don't tell me about you're the greatest fighter with 50-0. You are great, no doubt about it, but 50-0, Chavez had 90. He was fighting like what, 8 times a year against whoever was in the rankings. He wasn't picking. It was whoever you want, come on. Quote from Mike Tyson.
I will put them both of them. Cool, no problem with me. And that's the thing too. Like, I think that's the stupidest fucking metric to go by. Like, well, he never lost. So if a nigga was 10-0, you gotta be like, well, he's undefeated, so he's better than a nigga who's 12-1. Like, that shit never made sense to me. Never. Because he's 50-0, and you got somebody like that who went 90 before he lost. Because they lost now all of a sudden they're retroactively not as good as 50-0. Like, that doesn't even make any sense.
He lost. He's not great. Like, what are we talking about? It's here's the thing, especially in boxing. It's literally, obviously, if you got the right game plan, you train hard, you make weight, you take care of your body, you're going to succeed. But you can't win every fight. It's unheard of unless you're picking your opponents that fits your strength. That's what Floyd's been doing.
And fighting Conor McGregor.
And fighting Conor fucking McGregor. Hey, I look.
How does that even count?
That's what I'm getting at. I'm highly irritated that match even counts, because yes, Conor McGregor did legalize himself as a boxer, but you can't sit there and say that, okay, he's been boxing professionally now for months compared to years of what Floyd's been doing.
Jake or Logan Paul would beat his ass. That's where we at with it.
Damn.
And they like mid-level professional. You know what I mean? They like the gap. Yeah. At least we're gonna find out whether or not they are, because one of them can fight a professional fighter for once. But in my mind, they like the gap.
Anthony got a good question for you. He says, Bones, what do you think about Gervonta Davis?
That how you say? That's how you pronounce this whole time?
You didn't know that? That's how you spelled it? That's how.
Man, I don't even like talking. Let me tell you, and this don't sound like a joke, but I don't even like talking about him because I don't know how to say that word. That's the truth. Next question.
Hey, I'll say this because
His mama should have named him Javante. And she was gonna name him Javante, she should have spelled it Javonta.
yeah, it's GER.
Yeah, what are they doing? That's how I feel about him.
I'll
This
say
rant is brought to you by Everclear.
I'll say this: Javante Davis, right now, you can easily say he's probably one of the best pound for pound boxers right now. I'm waiting for him and Ryan.
One of, yes.
I'm waiting for him and Ryan Garcia to get it popping. That's
one of. So I feel like that's like.
I
as
would
far
go,
as the scope of the conversation we're having, it's not a big deal, you know.
Yeah, but as of right now, Javante Davis is up there. Errol Spence Jr. is up there. Bud Crawford. I think Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. are supposed to have a fight sometime this year too. Hopefully they do. That's another match I've been waiting to see. But let's curb the GOAT conversation in boxing, because I want to actually just talk about the sport of boxing.
It's over.
It's done. It's dead.
Yeah, man, it's dead. I mean, it's just gonna continue to lose traction. You don't have anybody. You had one guy. Fuck, I hate when I forget obvious ass people's names.
Canelo.
Guy who just lost the other guy whose name I don't remember right now. Heavyweight, that guy.
Oh, Tyson Fury.
Yeah, not Tyson Fury though. Because he only good for white people. I mean, it's true. I fuck with him as a human being, but I'm saying, like, as far as what he can bring as far as media wise, he only good for white people. Like white people.
The Gypsy King. Yeah.
But who he just beat? What's his name? I can't remember his fucking name still.
Fuck.
To this day.
Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, Wilder.
Yeah,
could have been that guy to like bring more eyes and attention and focus on boxing. Floyd Mayweather also played a part in the fact of the reason that boxing is kind of dead, because he was the main guy and he was boring as shit. And you need people who don't just love boxing to watch boxing. Mm-hmm. Like, you didn't have to love boxing to watch Mike Tyson knock the motherfucker out, but you have to love boxing to want to watch Floyd Mayweather fight play out for 12 rounds.
Of the same.
And then we had Deontay Wilder. He was like that. He was the type of guy with the type of charisma that could have like reignited something. Even if it was reignited, though, it still wouldn't go that far, because it's just realistically, it's just already lost the UFC as far as, I mean, financially it hasn't, but like, I want to say view wise, UFC gets watched more and is like more notable.
It is.
Somehow boxing still makes more money. I don't even understand it. I don't even get the math. It's kind of like how I don't know how baseball makes so much money. It still makes that much money, but like, it's losing as far as what's actually going on. Maybe I don't understand how business works, but I know that for a fact, like, UFC is more watched in every single way, and the people in UFC are more known than the fucking boxers are now.
I think that what plays a part in it and why boxing is dying, and you kind of hit on some of the points. One, UFC has find a way to market itself way better than boxing has, and found a way to tap into that Disney money, because now they on ESPN, so they found a way to tap into that, so they're going to get shown more. And then two, it's too many politics and bullshit about getting these fights that people want to see. They don't give them to you, like that. And that was one of my biggest gripes with Mayweather. Give me the fights that I want to see, but don't fight Pacquiao when he's pretty much done. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't fight Canelo and run from a young upstarter. He ran from Canelo in that fight.
He ran like a motherfucker.
He ran, because it had he stood there and actually boxed with Canelo was still young, but he was so talented that he would have dropped Floyd's ass. You know what I'm saying? So, like, don't be a runner, and don't run from fights that people want to see, because you want to keep your perfection on your record.
Yeah, the shit he does is only it's only attractive to immense boxing fans. Not somebody like me. And I'm more of a boxing fan than the average fan, but like I'm still way less than I'm not deep into it like that. I'm not gonna enjoy a motherfucker just dodge the shit all day. There's not I want to see somebody get hit in the fucking mouth. That's what I'm here for. And I feel like that's like what most people are here for. When they want to see a fight, they actually want to see a fucking fight. Like
Yeah.
that's why it's called a fight. We want to see motherfuckers fighting.
If you wanna see a knockout, drag out boxing match, don't watch Floyd. You're not getting that. You're getting pretty much a two-step. You're getting a boxing electric slide tutorial. That's what you're getting. I mean, when you want to, and don't get me wrong, just like you said earlier, it's strategy for him. He found a way how to manipulate the CompuBox numbers, how to make sure he get enough hits.
I've been trying to remember that word for all day.
Yeah. He found a way. Well, and just to add into that point where you said that Roy Jones Jr. was a great defensive fighter, but not as prolific as Floyd is, because think about it. I mean, Floyd's been perfecting that defensive style pretty much his whole career.
And also another thing, like Roy Jones would probably be more if he was actually focusing 100% on just being defensive. So you can't be that defensive of a fighter if you're trying to punch people in the face and hit them hard. You just can't. You can't. If you're fully focused on not getting hit the whole time, you're gonna be much better of a defensive fighter. So like that's just a matter of fact. But the fact that he was able to leverage it so well on both ends is why that was a genius to him, as well as being a showman about the shit.
It's funny how you mentioned that he didn't really get a lot of knockouts. One knockout that does stand pretty vivid in my memory was against Ricky Hatton, and he pretty much only caught Ricky because Ricky was so aggressive, and he caught him with that check hook and caught him trying to come in and leaned in, and he popped him right on the chin. But that was more of
when you was at 2005.
Man, that was shit. I can't remember that Ricky Hatton.
It had to be early 2000s.
It definitely wasn't.
You can quote me. He did not nobody out after 2006. I know 100% for sure, except for the one guy who didn't put his hands up.
Yeah, and look, a lot of people gave Floyd flack for that because it was pretty much rather the ref barely even got out the way and he snuck on homie,
which is crazy because I gave him praise for that.
Well, I give him praise for it because he didn't break any rule. It was just
so he did. If you didn't break no rules, that doesn't mean to me you did what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Hey, look, Floyd's a smart guy. He's not stupid. I know the motherfucker could barely read as 50
I was just going to say that. I was waiting. I was holding that shit. You're gonna get a message pop up. This Floyd Mayweather. You say I punch you in the face, no pain. PAYN.
PAYN. I mean, point blank period. I would never dog Floyd for being a businessman about his business when it came to boxing. And I'm never dog him about getting his money. He called himself Money Mayweather because he was smart. He was a marketing genius. Yep. And hell,
that's why he's considered the GOAT. It's because of how well he marketed himself.
Yeah, but oh my gosh, this is literally so eerily similar to damn GOAT conversation in basketball. Because you look at what Jordan did on the court, and yeah, he later in his career he got the marketability. But Bron came out swinging with the marketability. You know what I'm saying?
And Kareem had none.
None.
Kareem was the least marketable superstar of all time.
Which is odd to say.
He came out during a time where most of the NBA fans were still white, saying he don't fuck with white people. Like not literally saying it, but he was implying it.
But he had a snow bunny though. He had a snow bunny though.
But I mean, to them, they don't care. His name is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and that says to them, I hate white people. So. He was never. That's why it's always been an uphill battle for him to be considered the GOAT.
But with Roy, so let's transition to Roy and why you feel he is the GOAT of boxing.
I don't. It's way too hard for me to call him the GOAT or anyone else. On top of that, he's just in my GOATs. It's so hard for me. It's so hard for me to be singular about who's the GOAT of boxing for so many different reasons. There's weight classes, and then there's fucking eras.
Mhm.
It's so much shit for me to fucking sift through. I can't say why Ali is better than Roy or the other way around or Tyson. I just can't do it. Sometimes I'm not willing to say that Roy Jones Jr. is the GOAT, but I mean, I feel like I can make an argument for Roy Jones Jr. just as well as I can make for Muhammad Ali, just as well as I can make for Mike Tyson.
Which is fair. So you can definitely put those three in the pack of that conversation with GOAT right there. I think one thing that I would say with other boxers like Roy, Muhammad, Sugar Ray Leonard. I mean, look, first of all, look at what Sugar Ray Leonard had to deal with in his time when he was boxing. You got Roberto Duran, you got Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hitman Hearns, Pernell Whitaker was in the mix in there somewhere. I'm probably leaving off some other boxers that was all in that same class in the 80s that literally you had like a bag of like 5, 6, 7 fighters that could easily been the top of that class, but they were revolving doors because they was beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
They literally beat the shit out of each other. You know what I'm saying? So I don't recall any point in Floyd's career that he's literally fighting the best in his class on a revolving door type of situation. I can't recall it. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody down.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, he fought Shane Mosley, but Shane Mosley was pretty much check grabbing at that point in time.
Yeah.
Who else? De La Hoya, he was coked out like a motherfucker. I don't know what he was doing by the time he was fighting Floyd. So pretty much, I guess the torch was passed when he beat De La Hoya, because De La Hoya was, I mean, golden boy. I mean, he was the face of boxing.
Yep.
You remember Fight Night, ESPN, EA Sports?
Yep.
I mean, it was all golden boy. And he was on the face on the cover, all that.
He's the man.
Yeah, he was the man. And Floyd wasn't even, his buzz wasn't even popping like that yet. So by the time, you know, he got out there, yeah, Jamel, we talked, Canelo. Yeah, we already kind of mentioned how he was running from Canelo. So I mean, it's hard for me, and I think what it is, because you touched on it, when you look at the marketability, what Floyd did with getting the money and putting other fighters on. He put Gervonta Davis on, you know, stuff like that. So, you know, he's obviously been transitioning to the promoter side now. So I mean, it's hard to at least for, I guess, the older generation, kind of almost our age group and up, to sit there and say that Floyd is the GOAT. It's just, to me, it's impossible to do it. I just can't. I not taking nothing away from him. It's just that he's a businessman playing a sport. But there's prize fighters that love boxing. He's just not a prize fighter.
Yeah, like I don't need to fight the boxer. This nigga ain't coming out the box.
He put on his dancing shoes, dog.
Or technically, or we could say technically he's a boxer, but he's not a fighter. Like he come out here to win by. Damn, I had a good word for this. Everclear Strong. What you call it? And he pretty much exploits the game. He pretty much uses the exploits, all of them, and wins, versus just being talented. Which, I mean, he's talented, but that's not the point that I'm making. As far as him being talented to win, he gears his talents towards the exploits.
All right, so let's curb the boxing talk, because now that I got you here, we got to talk a little basketball, dog. Just a little bit.
Blow.
So Your boy James Harden came out today, and let me pull up the quote because I don't want to misquote my man what he said. He hasn't signed his contract with Philly yet, but of course he opted out of the $47.1 million. And he came out today and said, I told Daryl Morey to improve the roster, sign who we needed to sign, and give me whatever is left over. This is how bad I want to win. I want to compete for a championship. That's all that matters to me at this stage.
He's 100% where he should be. That's all he got left.
I thought the cough was your actual reaction.
Oh, I can't control it.
Be like,
it's warm here, so it's starting to catch up.
Like this nigga full of shit.
Nah, I think that nigga will play for $1 right now.
No,
I think that nigga will play for $1 right now. If you told him,
championship.
Look, I'll give you a 75% chance to win championship, but you gotta play for $1. That nigga's taking $1. He coming for a ring. He want a ring. He know he need a ring. He done it all.
Yeah,
like he got the fucking resume. He better than a lot of people who consider better than him. I was having this conversation earlier when I posted that thing about the best scorers, and I was trying to say that Dwayne Wade was just James Harden minus the ability to dribble and shoot. Because Dwayne Wade's whole offense was just free throws. That's literally his whole offense was.
Yeah, get to the cup, and if I can't get to the cup, send me to the free throw line.
Yeah, he was shooting 1 million free throws in that first ring he got.
Which is fair. Hey, that's definitely a fair assessment about
the way. Like James Harden has always been a much better player, especially nowadays. Much better player than he's ever gotten credit for. Except for like 1 year. Like 1 year. 1 year he got the credit he deserved. And then he stopped living up to it next year. And then even though no matter what he did after that, it was just like James Harden isn't that good. Even though James Harden is showing you how good James Harden is by scoring and passing the ball. James Harden is an over underrated player. He's both. It depends on who you talking to.
Hey, no, that's I think that's a fair assessment because here's my thing. I think with this quote on what James has said, and this is what I took from it, he's basically saying, and he's finally conceding to the fact that he's no longer Houston Rocket James Harden. He's finally conceding to the point that, hey, I realize in order for me to get the championship and have team success, I can't be the number one guy no more. And let's be frank, on Philly, he's not. He's not the number one guy.
He is a big playmaker. That's fine. He's like, help me, nigga.
I think James is at this point where he realized that you don't need to put up 35 plus, 40 plus. I mean, if you really look at the last 2 years, even when he was in Brooklyn, he was still averaging almost like 11 assists a game.
Mm-hmm.
So
really good playmaker.
Yeah, really good playmaker, good facilitator, and honestly, I think it's okay for him to have that mindset now because I mean I don't know how much longer he got left playing.
Like, let me come out here and be a point guard who can take over every once in a while.
Every once in a while, yeah. The only problem is if Embiid is hurt and you need James Harden to be that guy. I mean,
now you got to change the whole offense. So it ain't even just that; it's so much more affected by the fact that you then all of a sudden need James Harden to be that guy. Because now who's passing the ball? James Harden got to go ahead and get James Harden money now because that's what you need from him, which is going to throw off your whole team and make your team actually play worse.
Hey, Anthony, he was always number one guy the whole time he was in Houston. That's for sure.
100%.
He was always number one guy in Houston. Now, when he got to Brooklyn, depending on who was available, he was the number one guy. And Kyrie, when he was out with COVID, the vaccination, he was the number one guy because KD was hurt. But if you got all three on the court, no, he's not number one guy. He wasn't number one guy in OKC.
If you got all three on the court, Harden defers to not be the number one guy. But you know what? If you got all three of them on the court, Harden definitely could be the number one guy. Because Durant don't want to be the number one guy, And Kyrie Irving ain't fucking with James Harden. I said what I said. Kyrie Irving ain't fucking with James Harden.
Hey, Jermel said James Harden is the American Luka. That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair. No, that's fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what you. You brought that up just so we could agree with it.
No, I just brought it up because it was.
I mean, that wasn't gonna start no conversation. Yeah. Okay. Good poster, Mel. Good poster, Mel. Fuck, can't do nothing with that.
Can't do nothing but agree with that shit. Hey Matt, yeah, we just started about a minute. Well, we 50 minutes in.
It's about time to go. And don't feel bad either. We're supposed to start at 10. I've been in my garage hot as hell for like 20 minutes before he even started.
Hey, if it makes you feel better, the heat is going to get all that shit out of you. You're going to sweat that shit out, dog.
And look at my head shine right now.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with it. That means that your body is doing what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to fight the bad
sweat up, man. I'm finna get out of here.
The bad cells.
Hey, anybody else got some cool questions? Before I dip, seeing that sweat on my head and made me realize how hot I am now. So it's in my head.
Hey, Matt, I'm about to send you the invite. We'll talk some baseball in a minute, in a little bit, because I got
perfect. Send him the invite so we can do shit I can't do. I definitely was prepared to sit here and make jokes about baseball. Also, how about the fact that Drew Jones' son just got drafted?
So do what?
Drew Jones' son just got drafted.
Really?
Yes. Number 2.
Wow.
Yeah, he's number 2. No, he's the second person drafted. Crazy. That's somebody I actually know of. That's the shit that make you feel old right there.
Any hoopla with this whole Drew League LeBron performance? Any care about it?
Didn't LeBron lose?
I don't know the final result.
I feel like LeBron lost by 2. I got a lot of hoopla about that shit.
If you ask Skip, he went 2 for 13 from halftime.
Yeah, he missed free throws, and that's why he lost by 2. And that shit is fucking crazy, LeBron. Sit your ass down somewhere if you're gonna get out here and we losing niggas who one step below the NBA. They said that, and a nigga said that all the NBA players was on LeBron's team, which was I guess was 2 NBA players, LeBron and somebody else. They was on LeBron's team.
It was DeMar.
So yeah, DeMar DeRozan, 2 NBA players that lost. The guy out here lost by 2 points. Well, if you don't sit your and like, I want to give you credit for being so fucking old, but I can't because you fucking lost. Like, boy, if you don't sit your ass down somewhere.
I'm just look. I get it. Playing these pro-am leagues is cool for the crowds and cool for the gram and shit like that. But man, I'm telling you, I'd have been. And you know me. I ain't crazy about LeBron being in a Lakers uniform, but I know how important he is to our franchise right now. Mm-hmm. I'd have been highly pissed off had he got hurt.
His old ass out here playing basketball, knowing he only got so many games in him.
So many games left. Like, come on, bro. You got too much tread on your tires.
He a picture of health, though. I say that much. And I get Anthony Davis out there. I get pissed off when Anthony Davis get out of bed. Like, nigga, just lay there until it's game day. Be safe.
Don't leave the house.
Get you a catheter, nigga.
Get a catheter.
Be safe, nigga. We don't need you taking no risk.
Wait, my man said get a catheter. Just piss in the bag. Don't even get up, dog.
Catheter in the bedpan, nigga. You don't need you taking no risk.
Hey, I'm telling you, bro. But come on, man. This got to be the year that Anthony Davis got to do it, dog. He got to do something for us, man.
Man, that shit over with, bro. I gave him my number 3 team is the Pelicans, by the way. Right? So my number 1 team is the Lakers, and I like the Pelicans, but the Lakers are so far ahead of them that I have to call the Pelicans my number 3 team and not my number 2 team. So my number 3 team is the Pelicans because they're close to home. So I've been watching Anthony Davis for a very long time. I gave up on Anthony Davis once already. Came to the Lakers, I gave him another chance. I didn't give up on this nigga twice. I ain't gave up on this nigga less times than each body part he has is giving up on him.
Hey,
So I'm not done with this nigga. I don't expect nothing. If I can just get him to play, like, you know, if I get him to play 12 games in playoffs on the run to like a championship, I'll be very happy. That's all I can say. I don't expect it now.
LA Cheeks.
Where were you at? Where were you at when I was talking about Floyd Mayweather? I feel like you're on the money team. Mel.
Hey, Mel, you missed the whole Floyd conversation, bro. We just had a whole breakdown on why Floyd Mayweather ain't the GOAT in boxing.
Or top five. Basically, when it comes down to it, basically, I would sit that nigga outside the top five. Definitely. I would have to count to see if I can put him in 10.
Damn, you going that far?
I feel like I can. I would just have to count. After the names that we named, on top of the names I had already named, I feel like I can get 10. I might get a 9 or something. He's the bottom of the top 10 if anything.
So Roy, Muhammad, Mike, Sugar Ray, Leonard, and Robinson.
Yep. Smoking Joe.
Joe Frazier. That's 6.
Marciano.
7. Did you say Hagler, Hearns, Roberto Duran?
Roberto Duran, definitely.
That's 7, 8. Ooh, damn. Ooh, shit. Damn, Boney homie. You
I'm missing one. I'm missing one that Mike Tyson said.
You might be right. Oh yeah. He said Julio Cesar Chavez.
Yep.
Damn.
Then you got Jack. I can't remember his last name. The first black champion.
Jack Dempsey.
Yep. Got to put him over Floyd as far as greatness.
Mel saying got to give Ali the GOAT just out of respect, but Mayweather is the best boxer I've seen.
So you ain't never watched March on Junior box? You don't like boxing? That's what I want to know. I was gonna leave. Now this nigga that came in here talking crazy.
I mean, you know, hey, I'm pretty sure once you actually sit down and actually go over the list, you specifically might come up with a whole list on who's better than Floyd.
I know for a fact I get 10 at this point. At this rate, if I actually try, this is off the top of the dome. Realistically, this was not even something that I can't. I can't fairly different.
Of course, Detroit. He put Joe Louis in there. I forgot about Joe Louis.
You know what? I put Joe Louis in there too. Like I said, off the top of the head, I can't just randomly think about these historic names. There's a lot of them. I've definitely been going back and forth about Lennox.
Now Lennox is an interesting conversation, is because just his damn reign of dominance in the heavyweight division when he took over, and bro, Mike Tyson could do nothing with Lennox. It's fair to say that maybe Mike was probably already out of his prime, but still, Lennox, man, he dominated that heavyweight division for years. Klitschko brothers.
I don't give them no credit because they're not black.
Hey, and on that note, that is a perfect note to end tonight's show. Shut the fuck up! Hey, shout out to the Boney Homie, man. We appreciate you hopping on for Boney Homie Mondays. Hey, y'all know the deal. We'll be back tomorrow. Same wildcard on, same 23rd hour. Peace and love. Y'all have yourself a fantastic Tuesday and have yourself a fantastic week. We'll be back tomorrow, 11 p.m. Peace.
Yo. Sound like LTD verse. Let's get it. Let's go. Yeah. Alright, let me get serious this time. Yo, I'm on my God of War shit. All the war spits, let the bass kick, nigga, feel the fucking floor lift. Watch your pores rip from these razor blade fingertips. Smoke hit your face like a hammer fist. Outstanding with suicidal flow. Nose diving to a free fall. Speedball, cannonball, jugging out on Adderall. I just watch the bodies fall. Supercharged like Dragon Ball. When I spit this fire out my mouth, you hear the dragon skull. Daily with explosive, just off of this, I'm moving silk. Grinding rappers, flesh in the syrup and call it muscle milk. So nutritious, my hunger forever endless. I'm vicious and bloodthirsty, my nigga. I handle business pretentious, I leave them injured. Eating figures for dinner, underground like not the splinter. Then hibernate for the winter. Illiterate, so I can give a fuck about the sinners.